Hello and welcome to case study number 2. Now, just as a reminder, all the case studies on the site are hypothetical examples only. They are not intended to be a guarantee of any kind. However, all of my examples are based on real cruising plans from real cruisers that I've met and spoken with or worked with. So let's go ahead and get started. Case study number 2 is going to be very similar to number 1, so we're going to move pretty quickly because the numbers are all the same, but the way it's structured and the way it's funded is different, and so we'll focus in on those areas. So we have Jake and Christine are age 28 and 30. They're going to go cruising for 2 years to Mexico in the South Pacific. The same budget that we had in case study number 1, $50,000 for the boat and $1,500 a month for the cruising kitty for 2 years. Now here's where the biggest difference lies. The Smiths don't have or aren't willing to liquidate their assets like an IRA or sell condos and so forth to create what I call an instant cruising kitty. So they're going to do it the old-fashioned way and save up their money at $1,333 a month or $16,000 per year, which is $112,000 over 7 years. This is a 7-year plan. It could be 3 or 2 or 5 or 12. That all depends on the situation. So their plan is to pay cash for the boat, use a savings account, and then when they get back, start saving for retirement or their next adventure again. So in this particular case, we're going to use what's called a level premium whole life insurance contract structured the bank on yourself way. And we put $16,000 per year into that contract. At the 7th year, they take the $50,000 loan and they purchase their cruising boat. And then they start taking periodic policy loans from the policy to fund their cruising kitty over their 2-year cruising adventure. When they get back, they'll sell the boat and apply the proceeds to the loan and then pay the rest of the policy loan off in monthly installments. So here's a snapshot of the short-term illustrated numbers. You can see the $16,000 premium going in, the loan in the 7th year for the boat, and then the $18,000 a year for their cruising kitty, and then the loans being repaid after they return from their cruise. And you can see that when the smoke clears after the loans are paid, they end up with $155,321, which is putting them about $25,000 ahead of where they would have been using their savings account or some other method. And then, of course, we are talking about life insurance, so we have the death benefit as a security factor for the family here. These are the long-term, snapshot of the long-term numbers. Again, very similar to the first case study. At age 70, they've accumulated about $474,000 in cash value. They would have had to put their money somewhere where it could have earned at least a 7.6% annual rate of return every single year for 42 years just to match what their Bank on Yourself plan can produce. And then, of course, over their lifetime, at age 90, we're up over $931,000. And at that point, it would require an 11.7% annual return for 62 straight years without ever experiencing a single loss, just to match the performance of this Bank on Yourself program. So now here's the biggest difference. In the first case study, we used a single premium life insurance contract in order to create that instant cruising kitty. The biggest difference between the single premium and this one, which is a level premium, which means we're putting premium in over multiple years, is that the Smiths will be able to access, under current tax law, all of this cash value over their lifetime completely tax-free, which will make a huge difference for them. So why it works, exactly the same as the first case study. We see the premiums coming in. Except this time we're looking at the illustrated values without the loans or interest calculated. The cash values accumulate exactly the same way. And this is because when you borrow from the cash values in the policy money continues to grow in the background as if you never touched a dime of it. Something I refer to as luck. Lifetime uninterrupted compounding. And there's simply no other financial vehicle I'm aware of that can give your money luck. So in the final analysis, here's the thing to remember. The Smith family is going to save up the $16,000 a year, and they're going to go cruising no matter what, right? So this is money they're going to spend, they're going to save, and they're going to spend. So if it's money you're going to spend, here's the thing about money. Money doesn't live in a vacuum. Money has to live somewhere, whether that's a savings account, a bank account, a CD, an IRA, a 401k, a stock brokerage account, or even if you take a sock full of cash and put it in the hidey hole under the cabin sole in your boat, right? Your money has to live somewhere. So bank on yourself, this whole idea is not an investment or anything like that. It's simply the best place that your money can live. And I've put together a number of reasons that that's true and that it's unlike any other place that your money can live. First of all, it's liquid. You have access to your money anytime for any reason. There are no restrictions and there are no penalties. It's safe. It has no exposure whatsoever to stock market fluctuations. It is contractually guaranteed to return your principal. You're contractually guaranteed not to lose money. It's also contractually guaranteed for at least a minimum level of growth. There are no contribution or age limits. All of your money accumulates in the policy under current tax law tax-free. You also get to use that money, those cash values, either tax-favored or in most cases, and again, under current tax law, tax-free access to your money. You can take policy loans, and the whole idea where the policy money grows in the background as if you didn't borrow it is something called non-direct recognition. It's self-completing at death. It's life insurance. So if something unforeseen happens to the insured person, then we have this self-completing benefit that passes to the heirs income tax-free. It's private. There are no reporting requirements. You don't list your insurance policy on your tax return or anywhere else typically. So it's much more private than a lot of other things. And as I mentioned, it has luck. Lifetime uninterrupted compounding. And there's simply no other financial vehicle I'm aware of that can provide all of these benefits and give your money luck. So if you'd like to learn more about how this concept could apply to your cruising plans or your boat buying plans, the best way to do that is to get a free consultation. You can do that you can schedule it online at boatdollars.com or just email me directly, john@jansley.com, and we'll get it going.